we can fear specific things. We can fear being embarrassed or perceived badly in a situation. But the fear that is going to catch us out so much is fearing the unknown. Like, if we just knew what would happen, what would be the worst outcome of a situation, if we just were clear on that, we could more often than not step into that place. We could more often than not actually turn up to the experiences that we need to turn up to. And fearing the unknown, I mean, it is scary. And I understand why it would stop you in your tracks, because it's outside of anything that you've experienced. You don't know how it will go. That's such a primal fear. If I step out there, I don't know what could happen. I could die. I could be met with this mysterious being with 3 heads trying to kill me. Obviously that wouldn't happen, but we don't know what's on the other side. That's the whole point, and that's why it's scary. It's like fearing fear itself. And getting clear on that, getting clear on what the actual fear is, can be life-changing, because we just accept that maybe something bad will happen, but we know what it is and we feel prepared. We feel prepared, like, yes, that might happen, but I'm going to grow so much as a result. It's the risk and reward becomes clear. It's like, the fear of the unknown is like when you get a letter through the post and it's a bill, and you think it's a bill, and you don't want to touch it. And you're there like, I don't know what could be on the other side of this letter. I don't know what could be inside of this letter if I open it. So you leave it. The fear of the unknown takes control of you. And you leave that bill, that potential bill, on the side, thinking that if you ignore it, it will go away. Now, of course, if you ignore it, it's going to grow. It's going to get bigger. So if you ignore a bill and you put it to the side, it's going to grow. It could be a £5 bill. By the end of the year, it's a £500 bill, It can rapidly get a lot worse if we don't face the things that we're scared of. Now, the unknown element, if you knew it was £500, if you knew it was £5,000, you would be more likely to open it and deal with that issue and be faced with it. But we have this tendency to think that if we aren't clear on this, if we keep everything really foggy, then it doesn't matter. We don't need to look at it because it's foggy. We don't know the results. It could be something good. It could be something bad. We live in the land of fogginess. But realistically, if we understand what it is that we're bringing ourselves to, we can bring ourselves to it. And the process, just the process of bringing ourselves to something that scares us, will change us. It will change us a lot. And, connecting to what it could be as what could be the worst that could happen, but also what could be the best that happens. And in these opportunities that we're presented with, there's going to be some amazing outcomes that we could be missing out on because we want to keep things foggy, because we would rather not know. We would rather stay in this comfort zone than expand the world that we live in into unknown territory. And the Brave Business experience, an experience I'd love to share with you if you have any interest in growing your business and personal life outside of your current comfort zones, has had this effect on people just in the most simple ways of getting clear on what these unknown fears are. Just the other day, I was speaking with someone who became involved in the Brave Business experience. And the fear was to speak to people who are close to them, like within a close network, to ask, could we work together, to find out that potential, to create a connection. But the fear around it was originally not very clear why they weren't able to do it. Maybe they could be perceived badly, maybe they could be rejected, but it wasn't clear. And we got clear on it, it was the fear of how they'd be perceived by their friends, how this could go back, and getting clear on what the good results could be as well. Why you would dedicate yourself to something that's challenging. Why would you do that? Well, because it's going to open tons of new opportunities. Not just there in that one example where you bring yourself to speak to someone inside your network, your close network, but the amount of people that you then have access to speaking to, who you then feel comfortable with speaking to as a result of that one action, that one unknown fear, breaking through what you know into unknown. It's massive. Now, this Brave Business experience was awesome because they got so clear on it, and they knew that the fear was really just approaching that conversation with someone. That was the scary thing. Being in that place was actually a place they were comfortable with, like pitching an idea or creating a connection with someone. It was the fear of the unknown, of approaching someone they'd never approached before. Now it gets really cool because originally it was just going to be a text or an email. But this individual recognized that the quicker you deal with that unknown, the quicker you approach, as I said before, a potential bill, right? That could be £5. The quicker you go up to that thing and open it up and see what's inside, the less time it has to grow as a fear, the easier it is to act upon. So it just so happened that they were walking down the street and they saw someone in their close network who they thought they could work with. And instead of, maybe retreating back, texting, hiding, keeping space between the conversations, they just went up to them just straight away. Hey, wow, it's so weird that we bump into each other. I've been thinking about you. I've been thinking, how's your business going? And creating that. And just being a different person in that space. And I asked, how was that for you? And she said, the moment of going there, bringing herself to opportunity, yeah, it was scary. But the thoughts of what could happen as a result, and knowing what the results could be, having been clear with it in the Brave Business experience, having been clear as to what all the outcomes could be, and just getting comfortable with that changed her. That allowed her to step into that space, and something amazing happened. The potential for that person to become a client, it happened. I mean, that they'd had follow-up calls with other managers and networks. See, like, it just spiraled because she was able to present herself freely in that moment by being clear as to what her challenges were and accepting that, what the results could be. And I just think that's beautiful. And it just is testament to the fact that sometimes you just need to be clear with someone. You just need a space to be free in expressing your fears, in just saying, look, I'm scared of this thing. I don't want this to happen, but I want this to happen. And someone being there to receive the amazing things that you really want to happen in your life without it being confronted with any pushbacks. Just being free to say what you're scared of, being free to say what you're most excited about in life. That's what it takes, and that's why the Brave Business experience is so simple like that. You have that freedom, that space that doesn't just occur in that 60 minutes and then goes. It's expanded out through your actions and throughout your day-to-day communications with people. So that kind of bubble of support is there permanently, and you can just add to it more and more with more time that you spend in that free space. So yeah, I mean, this is my invitation to you. I'd love to help you expand your comfort zone, grow what you have access to and abilities within inside my Brave Business experience. And that's the first place. But step outside into kind of a bigger world as a result. So yeah, I'd love to share that with you. I am looking to really share as many experiences with as many cool people, awesome people that want to grow their lives in any way, really. I'm looking for more people to get involved in my Brave Business experience. So just message me if you want some more information about it. It's totally free for us to have some calls, to get in contact and to make it happen, So yeah, I'm looking forward to speaking to you I can see that a couple of you have joined. I'd love to know who you guys are as well before I go. So if you guys can drop some comments, let me know who's here. And yeah, it would just be awesome to get in contact, because these experiences are life-changing and I love being a part of it, you know. I'm mixing with awesome people. So yes, if this interests you, let me know, drop me a message, drop me some comments here as well, and we can interact, because that would just be awesome. I'm gonna go, but I'll respond to any comments as well later on. Thank you for joining, and I'll see you later. And thank you for watching on the replay as